Hi, welcome to CommonwealthSD.org. My name is Paul. I'm a pastor at Commmonwealth Church here in San Diego. There's a small group of us whose lives have been radically changed by the message of Jesus. Some of us thought that we knew what Jesus' message was, but we've discovered that it requires so much more of our lives than we knew before. We have exchanged our hopes, our dreams, our ambitions, and everything has changed because of this radical message that Jesus has for us. We've went from lives that have been thinking about comforts and 401ks to going and thinking about how we can incarnate the person and the presence of Jesus in San Diego. We decided that we were going to have a blog to get out this message that has been so important to us. We chose a blog for a number of reasons, but our hope is that in this we'll be able to start conversations, whether it's through emailing us, leaving a comment down on the bottom, getting in contact with us. We hope that we can start conversations with you about what we have learned and what we believe. And then over time, we hope that there will be some people who will want to join us in this experiment at Commonwealth here in San Diego. At Commonwealth, we are united around the question, what is the kingdom of God? And this is a question that I would like you to think about, pose to you, and want you to really get an idea of what is the kingdom of God in your mind. What have you heard about it? What have you seen about it? What have you read about it? Whether you know Jesus or not, this idea of the kingdom of God is something that you should know about. I mean, it's kind of ironic if you think about it, with all of the influences that Christians have in the United States, that this central part of Jesus' message would be basically unknown to us. And so what we are trying to do at Commonwealth is we are trying to live in answer to this question inside of our community. So what is the kingdom of God? Over the next couple of weeks as we make videos like this, that's the question that we want to be able to answer. And here's where it starts. In Matthew chapter 6, verse 33, Jesus says to seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. In the context of the sermon that Jesus was given, he was talking about the different ways and the reasons that people live, what they live for, how they choose to spend the limited time that we have on this earth. And he basically said that there were three things that's part of the human condition, the way that people spend their time. And it all kind of boils down to people spend their time trying to get by day to day. They spend their time trying to make money. They spend their time trying to get food. They spend their time trying to get clothes. And this is what you stress about. And I mean, think about this. I mean, go back into your week or go back to your month and think about the things that you really stressed over. And most times, the things that people really are losing sleep over, really worried about, things that get them really angry, is usually work related or money related. I mean, if people go and they talk about what separates marriages, what creates divorce, and usually it's over the thing of money. I mean, how many families have been broken up because one person borrowed somebody's money and didn't pay them back, etc. And so this thing about money is very, very like in our core as humans. And so Jesus is making this really keen observation that he gets to because he's God, that there is this idea that all humans are working for these simple things of trying to make money, trying to get clothes, trying to get food. And Jesus, what he's calling us to is, instead of living to just try to get by, instead of just living to try to get a couple of things to be able to give to my family, instead of that being the reason for our existence, he says instead you should live to seek the kingdom of God. That should be your purpose. That should be what you do, that you are on this earth to seek His kingdom. And so when I asked you to come up with that definition of what the kingdom of God is, what I wonder is in your definition, is it something that should be sought after? When you define the kingdom of God, a lot of people want to define it as just being heaven, that it's just another word for heaven, and one day we'll get to heaven and that'll be the kingdom of God. And there is some truth to that, but it doesn't hold the complete meaning for it, because again, if it's just in heaven, in what way do we seek it now here on the earth? When you come up with your definition of what the kingdom of God is, in just its like simple, easiest reading, does it represent any type of political kingdom? These are some of the questions that over the next couple of weeks we hope to answer. We're also going to be posting different articles about things that are important to us, but we want to leave you with just that question. What is the kingdom of God? Look up the word kingdom in any kind of Bible software and see how many times it comes up in the message of Jesus. And I think what you'll find is that it was easily one of the main parts of Jesus' teachings and the main parts of Jesus' message. Over the next couple of weeks, we hope to discover the meaning of the question, what is the kingdom of God? And so for those of you who are disciples of Jesus, who are fully committed to Jesus, and you see this command to seek His kingdom first, do you really understand what you are seeking, what you are looking after? And so I hope that this time has piqued your interest, that you would be interested in seeing more about what is the kingdom of God. For those of you who are kind of neutral about Jesus, or maybe you have been burned from different Christian groups, so you like kind of the teachings of the message of Jesus, but you haven't liked the way that Christians have been living it out. To you, I'd just like to say that maybe the reason that Christians have been living it out in such a poor way is because there is a fundamental misunderstanding of what Jesus is actually trying to do. And then for those of you who are out there who just are looking and you're seeking for something, you're not really sure what Jesus is all about, or maybe you have an idea and to this point it hasn't been something that's been too appealing to you, just would like to ask you to keep watching these videos as we put them out, because we sincerely believe that inside of this message of Jesus is the only hope for the world. That inside of this message of Jesus, there is the possibility of living a different life, a possibility of living a life that we were created to live. Thank you so much for coming to CommonwealthSD.org, and just look forward to your comments down on the comment section. Look forward to your emails and the conversations that this will start.